Practice is over. And the pace truck having some problems getting on track. Heat number 1 is going to see Gerald Thanos Poole and Jeffrey Parker on the front row. Bill Percy, Kevin Reed are going to be on the second row. Harley Barletta and Jared Heasley on the third row. Vernon Spring on the fourth row. Everybody getting lined up. Looks like we are just waiting for Kevin Reed. Alrighty, everybody rolling down. My apologies, it took me a minute. I started losing my voice a little bit this morning during the GT3 NSS series. That championship was actually decided this morning. Jason Rome, that's hilarious. So I had to grab a cough drop real quick, so my apologies for that moment that it was silent. Please take a moment. If you haven't already, hit the share button. Help us out. We have that little Facebook bonus we've been talking about for several weeks now. We have it for a few more days, so every comment, every like, every share, every reaction, everything really, really helps right now. Appreciate everybody in the community helping out with this. All right, pace truck about to drop off, and then they are going to go racing here on the half-mile Bristol dirt track. Oh, boy. With the dirt on the track, the banks are only 18 degrees. The straights are only 6 degrees, but it does get a little bit chaotic. Kevin Reed did not grid in the 64. Not sure what's going on there. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. Oh, Gerald Poole gets loose on the restart. Gets into Jeffrey Parker. Parker pulling away. Harley Barletta gets a bump. And chaos ensues early. Jeffrey Parker to an early lead, but he gets loose out of turn 2. And he is losing it all over the track. He manages to save it. I saw Jeffrey Parker get way out of shape multiple times in practice and by some miracle pull it back together. And here comes Bill Percy. Bill Percy down on the bottom. Harley Barletta up to the high side. Has a run. Percy on the bottom, though. He clears him, and Bill Percy to the lead for the first time tonight. And here comes Harley Barletta trying to get the lead. Oh, Bill Percy loses the back end. Here comes Harley. They did not touch. Harley gets out of it. Parker holding on to the back bumper. Both. Oh, Harley right into the back bumper. Oh, it is anarchy. Bill Percy comes down and gets Jeffrey Parker. And look who it is. I called it during the pre-race. Up on the high side, Vernon Spring is just working forward with Bill Percy sideways. Vernon gets into him. Caution is out. Oh, Kevin Reed's internet has crashed. Hopefully he'll be able to get back up and running. Let's take a quick look at this again. You see Bill was way wide and just Vernon Spring was just right there. Jared Heasley didn't get touched. Looked like he just lost the back end through there. Harley Barletta to the lead for the first time tonight. Jared Heasley has made his way to second. Vernon Spring is in third. And I promise you, I would expect to see Vernon in the lead at some point tonight. If you're watching on Facebook, go look at Chris and Jason's discussion about dirt tracks. It is extremely, extremely interesting and comical. Oh my goodness. All right, waiting for the lights to go out on the pace car. Harley Barletta in the lead, Jared Heasley in second, Vernon Spring in third, Gerald Thanospool in fourth, Jeffrey Parker fifth, and Bill Percy in sixth. Kevin Reed had his internet die, and he is not on track. All right. It looks like everybody is where they're supposed to be. I believe the lights will go out this time. Trying to get a look and see if we can see the flag stand here as they come down the back straightaway. Taking a look from some of the different cameras. All right, lights are out on the pace car, so we will go green. They stack back up side by side. Caution laps are counting tonight. And because of the length of these races, caution laps will count in all of them. Pace truck about to drop off. Harley Barletta will control the restart. Let's see if anybody loses the back end on this one. Green is in the air. They're down and away. Oh, Parker drifts way up into Thanos. Never a good move. And here comes Bill Percy. Bill sending it down there. We saw him making moves. He led a lap early. Trying to make a move on Vernon Spring down on the bottom. Heasley in second. And Harley Barletta, who never races any dirt anything, is currently in the lead and pulling away. And it looks like Bill Percy had an incident and Gerald Poole has crashed too. Let's take a quick look. And it looks like Percy got way sideways through the turn. Thanos tried to correct for it, and Jeffrey Parker was right there to help. Harley Barletta just ran the fastest lap of the race. Jared Heasley in second is losing ground. Vernon Spring in third, staying fairly consistent with him. Parker and Percy still battling. Kevin Reed has addressed the internet issues. He is actually showing his back out there as Bill Percy really loses it coming out of the turn. And Jeffrey Parker trying to make up some ground here. But Harley Barletta in the lead. He's going to get 2 to go this time by. Out of turn 4, Flagman has popsicle sticks in the air. It'll be 2 laps to go for Harley Barletta. And I swear there's a glitch in the Matrix because Harley Barletta is leading a dirt race. Chris Standridge makes an interesting point as Harley gets the white flag. What will the track be like in the feature once it starts to slick off? That advantage could go to the asphalt drivers, but we'll have to wait and see how it plays out as Harley Barletta comes out of turn 4. He is going to win on dirt for the first time. He's coming into turn 3 now. Out of turn 4, he is going to win on a dirt track for the first time ever. Jared Heasley finishing second, Vernon Spring finishing third. Jeffrey Parker fourth, Bill Percy fifth, Gerald Thanospool comes in sixth, Kevin Reed finishes seventh. All right, Heat number 2 is going to be Garmin and Mark D'Antuma on the front row, Jeremy Root, Matt Baer on the second row, DJ Kenner, and that's what she said, Nicole Kriesel on the third row. Expect a few oddities in this one. Number 1 is Matt Baer. You heard him say in his pre-race interview, cannot get more than a single lap strung together. However, he was towards the end of practice putting several laps together, so we'll have to see. Jeremy Root surprised a lot of folks. He is extremely fast and the only one faster than David Garmin in practice. That also leads me to believe there's a glitch in the matrix. And of course, this could be the night that Nicole Kriesel comes out here, surprises us all, and dominates. Jason Rome saying Harley handed his account to David Garmin. Huh. Interesting. I've not seen both of them on the track at the same time. Makes you wonder. Things that make you go, Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. And DJ Kenner is another driver well versed in dirt racing, so he could be one to watch closely here as well. Coming down the back straightaway, getting ready for the pace car to drop off. The pace truck is in. And green flag is in the air. They are down and away with Garmin getting a good start. But here comes Jeremy Root trying to make something happen. And look at that move by Root to slide up in front of Mark D'Antuma. Here comes Matt Baer down on the bottom. Can he string together multiple laps is the question. Holy cow. Matt very loose off of turn 4. The battle up front, Garmin and Jeremy Root nose to tail. Matt Baer in third, actually hanging with them. He's a little bit behind, but not too far. Mark D'Antuma running consistent lines. I know he is actually, from what we saw in practice, a lot faster than what he's doing right now. He might be another one sandbagging. Surprised to see DJ Kenner as far back as he is. He is 3.7 seconds behind the leader. And Nicole, that's what she said, Kriesel in 6th. And meanwhile, this battle for the lead is heating up, and Matt Baer is on pit road. Let's see if something happened. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Oh, I see. He got way loose and just hung on to it onto pit road. Great save there by Matt Baer. And that moves Matt Baer back to 6th, Nicole up to 5th. David Garmin still holding the lead over Jeremy Root. Almost identical lap times the last several laps. And they're actually starting to pull away a little bit from, or they have pulled away rather, from Mark D'Antuma. Mark now 3.3 seconds back now that he has moved up into third. 4th place, DJ Kenner is starting to close the gap just a little bit on Mark. Garmin just ran the fastest lap of the night so far, 19.67. Which beat his previous fastest lap, as Matt Baer is now back on pit road. I think he might be lapping the track on pit road. I'm not sure. He may have gotten a speeding penalty for his pit road entrance there, but Garmin pulling away just a little bit. Now 0.6 of a second over Jeremy Root. Chris Standard saying driving these on dirt is definitely different than driving a regular dirt car on here, and that's why some dirt guys seem to struggle with this track. That would explain DJ Kenner, who's usually extraordinarily fast on dirt and extraordinarily fast in the Cup cars, not being extremely fast here. Jeremy Root just blew Garmin's almost a tenth of a second faster than Garmin's fastest lap last time by, and he is gaining on Garmin. 0.3 of a second back and closing quick. Mark Dantuma in third, DJ Kenner in fourth, about to battle for that position as well. DJ has caught him, and they are almost a half a lap behind as this field is really spread out. 4 laps to go. Can Garmin hold him off for another 4? Out of turn number 4, they are still nose to tail. Mark Dantuma, DJ Kenner looking to the bottom under Mark Dantuma for third place. Oh, both of them get a little squirrely. They get together. Everybody manages to hold on to it. Great save by both drivers, and that moves DJ into third and Mark back to fourth. Nicole Kriesel getting down to the bottom, letting the leaders by as Garmin just ran the fastest lap so far of the night. And he has reopened that gap on second place, Jeremy Root now. And it is growing as they get the white flag. Final lap for David Garmin. Jeremy Root really throwing it through the turns. He has got that tail way out, but it's not going to be enough. Out of turn number 4, David Garmin wins heat number 2. Jeremy Root comes home second. DJ Kenner is third. Mark Dantuma is fourth. Nicole Kriesel is fifth. And Matt Bear is sixth. And what a battle that was. Root actually closing up on David Garmin. Not something you often see in a dirt race. All right, 5-minute warm-up. And then we will go to the big 100-lap feature event. Chris, the bubble guy is Matt Bear, and yes, he's in this and in XCal, so yeah. It's nice to know, and I'll be sure to relay to Matt that he has made a name for himself as the bubble guy. Give me just a moment and enjoy watching these guys go around for warm-up. I'll be back in just a second. Alrighty, and just a few minutes left in the warm-up for the BRR All-Star event here tonight. The last All-Star event, if I remember correctly, last season was at Charlotte. And right now, the fastest car on track is Thanos, Gerald Poole. You know what? Hey, Matt, this is Doug. You got me?
Yeah, brother, I got you.
Hey, man, you have to be aware of something that just came up a few moments ago. You are now known as the bubble guy.
Yeah, sometimes you got a little oops bubble whenever little contact happens, so you just got to let them know.
All right, man. Well, I have to ask. I saw you get loose. You saved it onto pit road during the heat, but you came back down pit road. Did you get a speeding penalty there?
Yeah, I was just too fast entering right there, so I just had to drive through, and then I ended up saying screw it, so we just rode around. So it wasn't that big of a deal, and then ended up starting P2 for the main event. So tried to learn a little bit, ran a couple quick laps right there at the end by myself, so gonna try to give it a go.
All right, man. Well, if all else fails, you can say those two magic words.
Oops, bubble.
All right, good luck, buddy. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a fun one. Matt Bear apparently starting in he is I think he's in the Walls bubble right now, or maybe the Walls in his bubble. I am not quite sure. They did invert, or they are inverting the top 4 drivers. So that could come into play tonight as well. That'll put David Garman and Jeremy Root, who both extremely fast, and Harley Barletta, that puts all of them a lot further back. And actually, a minute left. Let's talk to Harley. Harley, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man, I have seen you win just about every kind of track, but this being your first win in a dirt race, you won in the first heat.
Yeah, pretty stoked about that. I think we got really lucky that Bill kind of spun low because I had hit him a few times and I was trying to give him some room, and then he just kind of lost it. And I think he would have beat us if he got the car straightened out.
Well, man, hopefully that luck will hold. It was pretty cool to see you pull that one off, man.
Yeah, man, that was really fun. I haven't had that much fun in a dirt race in a long time, though I don't run it very much.
Yeah, I got you there. All right, man, good luck. It looks like Matt actually left you. Do you want to put back up in your private channel, or do you want to put back down with everybody else?
Can you put me down with everyone else? I'm not streaming.
Okay. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Harley Barletta getting his first ever dirt win in the All-Star event heat number 1. Jeremy Root now fastest. Jeffrey Parker in second. Vernon Spring third. Harley Barletta fourth. Garmy just jumped up there, laid down a fast lap, and has the second fastest lap in the warm-up. All right, everybody on, and now everybody is going to line up. It is time for the feature event here tonight, and it looks like due to the fact he did not run his heat, Kevin Reed is going to be starting on the pole with Matt Bear in second. Gerald Thanos Poole and Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel in third and fourth. Fifth is Bill Percy, Mark Dantuma in sixth, Jeffrey Parker seventh, DJ the Iceman Kenner in eighth. Ninth is Vernon Spring and Jeremy Root in 10th. Jared Heasley in 11th. Garmin in 12th. And 13th is Harley Barletta. And it is such a weird thing seeing Garmin start at the back of a field in a dirt race. And it looks like Kevin Reed may not be gridding. And no, it does not look like Kevin Reed took to the grid. Looks like he's still having internet issues. So that moves the entire inside lineup, which I do believe is going to put Bill Percy. No, I stand corrected. That's going to put Gerald Poole on the pole. So Thanos starting out front. Pace Truck's going to lead him around one more time. Down the back straightaway one final time. Then they're going to go green for 100 laps of racing at Dirt Bristol in Cup cars. Make sure you drop into the comments, say hello. If you don't say anything else, just say hi. Hit the like button, share button, subscribe button, follow everything. Hit all the buttons, but drop in and at least say hi if we haven't heard from you yet tonight. Green flag is in the air and everybody gets squirrely. On the start, Bill Percy spins up into Nicole. Caution is out. I think Vernon Spring got caught in that as well. Let's break it down. There's Vern, and you see Bill Percy gets on the gas, comes up, clips into Vern. He clips Nicole, that's what she said, Greasel, and Vernon Spring. 3 cars caught in that early incident. All 3 of them should maintain the lead lap. It looks like Vernon Spring is going to come down for repairs. Not sure how badly that car got... Oh, yeah, pretty badly. Worth noting for the All-Star event, they do have 3 fast repairs here tonight. As they pace around trying to get all the cars lined out. And those involved in the incident are getting moved through the field and getting their laps back. Hey, David Baldessare. Good evening, buddy. Yes, Aaron, I'm well aware that you are. Yeah, and Chris Standard's telling everybody to start in a higher gear here tonight. Vern needs a new set of springs. You know, Jason Rome, that restart by Bill Percy, or that start by Bill Percy looked vaguely familiar. And I'm wondering, Jason, do you have any idea where I might have seen something like that before? Sorry, buddy, I couldn't resist. All right, it looks like some of these guys will get waved around the pace car here in a moment. Matt Bear is being scored as the leader. Gerald Poole in second. Jeffrey Parker third. Mark Dantuma fourth. And Jared Heasley now up to fifth with DJ the Iceman Kinner in sixth. I'm sorry, it's now showing Harley Barletta in 6th, DJ Kinner 7th, Jeremy Root 8th, Garmin in 9th, and Bill Percy in 10th. Looks like Bill Percy and Garmin got waved around the pace car. They're going to be back at the tail end. Still very, very weird to see Garmin at the back of the field. Jason Rome saying that is how you restart. All right, that's the way it's done. Gotcha. Pace truck is in. And Matt Bear controls the restart. He is down and away. Gerald Poole in second. Parker looked like he got on the gas a little too hard. Back further, DJ Kinner moving up, and here comes Jeremy Root. Almost gets into the back bumper of Harley Barletta, managing to save it. Root now down to the inside. That's a battle for 7th. And Jeremy Root following around his buddy DJ Kinner. How long will he stand behind as Mark Dantuma gets wicked loose off of turn 4, manages to hold on to it? I do not know how. Matt Bear just ran the fastest lap of the race. Gerald Poole really squirrely. Jeffrey Parker really having some problems coming down. And here comes Jared Heasley up into 4th place now. Mark Dantuma has obviously figured something out and got that car going the right way again as he has closed the gap. But here comes Jeremy Root on the bottom. He is going to come by and take 5th place. Where is Garmin? Garmin back in 8th. Garmin on the move. Started in 12th place, has worked his way up to 8th, make that 7th as he comes under Harley Barletta. And now he's got Mark Dantuma and Jeremy Root directly ahead. Meanwhile, Matt Bear has checked out. 3.67 second lead over Parker and Heasley. Heasley now starting to gain a little bit of ground. Oh, so close. He does get the cone, though. That cone had it coming. Jeremy Root now, Gerald Poole starting to drop back. He's back to 5th as Jeremy Root comes by, and now Garmin looking to come by as well. Garmin down to the bottom. Move David Garmin up to 5th. Thanos back to 6th. Meanwhile, right ahead, Jeremy Root continues marching to the front as Jeffrey Parker gets way loose into the turn and almost takes out Gerald Poole behind him, but everybody slips by clean. Jeffrey Parker's car has been out of shape multiple times. I don't know how he has managed to save that, but that is definitely some impressive skill, just his ability to save that car. Last time by, Jeremy Root was the fastest car on track. Garmin almost an identical pace, only off by 1/100th of a second. They have 5.3 seconds to leader Matt Bear. And you know, right now, Matt Bear is hoping this thing stays green and these two wreck each other. It's going to be hard to hold these two off. Garmin looking for second place on the bottom. Out of turn 4, he has a run down the front straightaway, back down to the bottom. Can Jeremy Root use the momentum on that high line? They are set caution. They were side by side, and caution is out for the first time in the feature. Looks like Vernon Spring involved. Looks like he and DJ the Iceman get together, although it looked, let's try to look at this from a different angle. Oh, it looks like DJ got loose, is back in, kicked out, and I think there might have been a tad bit of netcode there. Let's see if we can find one more angle to look at this from, because it looked like there is at least 6 inches between the cars. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered. All right, Matt Bear in the lead. Now he's got Jeremy Root in 2nd, Garmin in 3rd, Gerald Thanos Poole in 4th, Mark Dantuma in 5th. 6th is Jeffrey Parker, DJ Kenner in 7th, Harley Barletta 8th, Jared Heasley 9th, and Bill Percy in 10th. Vernon Spring is back out and should be, I think they are waving everybody around due to the fact this is their all-star event. And yes, Jeremy Root is a monster. In fact, looking through the field, Jeremy Root is the only driver in the field that has a higher dirt I rating than David Garmin. Now you have to wonder on this restart, if Matt Bear, he has control of it. If he gets enough of a jump, you know he's going to be able to get away. But how long can he hold these two off? Gerald Poole having an awesome recovery. He had slipped back to 6th, but has managed to work his way back up into 4th. And look, it is Garmin on dirt. And as you've all come to expect, if you've watched any of the dirt broadcasts with Garmin, you know he is up for having a good time and pulling some shenanigans on track. Down the back straightaway, pace car will drop off in turn 4. Pace truck is in. Matt Bear is going to control the restart. He is down and away as soon as he could. But how long? He jumps to the high side, giving Garmin a little bit of an advantage here. Not much, though, as he took away Jeremy Root's line, but Garmin wasn't in position to capitalize on it. Meanwhile, these three break away from the bigger part of the pack as DJ Kenner is getting pinballed. Just a little. Oh, DJ Kenner gets bumped by Jared Heasley up into Harley Barletta. They're down into Bill Percy. Caution is out. And let's back that up just a hair and watch DJ got put in the wrong place at the wrong time. He had been getting pinballed for about half a lap there. Down into the turn. He gets a run on Gerald. Has to check up a little bit. When he does, gets a little bump from both sides of the track. Gets bumped by Jared up into Harley. Jared bounces down, collects Bill Percy. A lot of drivers heading to pit road to get their fast repairs out of the way. Looks like Garmin is on pit road, and I don't know why. Garmin was not caught up in that. Matt Bear still managing to hold on to the lead. Jeremy Root in second, Mark Dantuma up to third, Gerald Poole in fourth, Jeffrey Parker in fifth, Harley Barletta sixth, DJ in seventh, Garmin now back to eighth, Heasley in ninth, and Vernon Spring in 10th. Vernon will be back on the lead lap. Bill Percy off track. Nicole Kriesel is currently 12th. Kevin Reed did not get in. Nicole Kriesel getting waved around. Jeremy Root going to pit road briefly. I'm guessing this is a fuel stop. No need to change tires in this race. And it looks like they will restart with about 75 laps to go. The track should start. We are starting to see a little bit of the track slicking off in a few places, but I think we'll start seeing a lot more of it in the next 5 to 10 laps. And that is when things will get really exciting. Matt Bear will control the restart. I guarantee you Mark Dantuma is going to be watching closely. He knows that Matt Bear has started as soon as possible the last 2 times. Pace truck is in. Matt gets going already, and Gerald Poole takes advantage down to the bottom but loses the back end a little bit. Looks like Harley Barletta had a slip on the restart. Jeffrey Parker up on the high side coming up to speed as well. Jeremy Root down on the bottom, and there is Garmin right behind him. Let's take a lap with David Garmin as we go around Bristol Dirt. There's your start-finish line. Down off into turn 1, slides it right down there, and there is a bit of a transition between the banking and the apron. Some of these guys, especially once the track slicks off, will be utilizing that. Down through 3 and 4, Garmin, you see, gets a huge run up to the top side. You see his hands are never still. He's constantly working the wheel. Down underneath Thanos. Down the back straightaway, and now has Jeremy Root back in his sights. And looks like he caught a little bit of that banking, but manages to hold on to it. Matt Bear still has the lead and has started to pull away again. He's got about 1 second on Mark Dantuma. Meanwhile, Jeremy Root in 3rd and Garmin in 4th battling for that spot. Harley Barletta in 5th, and Jared Heasley, after going to pit road for repairs, is starting to close back up. DJ Kenner, the Iceman, currently in 7th. Gerald Poole back to 8th. Jeffrey Parker in 9th, and Vernon Spring running 10th. And Matthew out here cheering on Mark Dantuma, who has quietly worked and stayed in the top 3 to top 5 all night. Matt Bear looked way out of shape coming down the back straightaway and way up by the wall as this track starts to slick off. Mark Dantuma is actually starting to close the gap. It was over 1 1/4 second just a lap or 2 ago, and Mark is actually starting to close in just a little bit. Now down to 3/4 of a second. Nicole Kriesel down on the bottom. And here come Jeremy Root and David Garman. Jeremy Root just ran the fastest lap of the night. Garman right in his tire tracks. Oh, Bad Bear gets into the wall, gets turned the wrong way. Mark Dantuma has a run. They're side by side behind him. Caution. Looks like Jared Heasley involved. There goes Jared down into the turn and just loses the back end, tries to catch it. Gerald Poole had nowhere else to go. Matt Bear has got to have the most luck of anybody out there right now as he has continued to hold off. Mark Dantuma, David Garman, and Jeremy Root. And remember, during practice, he was saying he couldn't get more than 1 or 2 laps before he lost it and spun. And Garman's playing. Did he get into the wall? No, it doesn't look like it. DJ Kenner is on pit road. Looks like we're seeing drivers drop in for their fuel stops. Jeremy Root going back to pit road. Let's see if we can talk to the leader. Hey, Matt, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Hey, man, nobody's been in your bubble yet.
Yeah, I got in my own bubble right there a couple laps ago.
I saw that. You still managed to hold Mark off, but seeing all these guys going to pit road, topping off on fuel, you have managed to maintain that lead so far. You're going to have to deal with Garmin now, though.
Hey, it's all good. You got to get by the bubble, baby.
Well, good luck, and hopefully nobody pops the bubble tonight.
Yeah, hopefully not. Not at least until the celebration.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you, brother.
All right, Jeremy Root, Jeffrey Parker, and Mark Dantuma all hit pit road under that caution. DJ Kenner also went back down pit road. Garmin will restart on the high side this time. 1 to green. How long can Matt Bear hold him off? Mark Dantuma is going to come off pit road right in front of the leaders. And he will maintain the lead lap. That's going to put him in 10th. Nicole Kriesel currently in 11th. Bill Percy appears to be out. Kevin Reed did not make the grid due to internet issues. Harley Barletta, who won his first dirt heat here tonight, is down on the bottom in 3rd. Green flag in the air, and Matt tries to get going, loses the back end. He is really pushing it, trying to keep Garmin behind him. Garmin now up to 2nd. Harley Barletta in 3rd. Gerald Thanos pulled. Jeffrey Parker really sent it into the corner there. Almost gets into Vernon Spring. And Jeffrey Root trying to get by him, but Parker just loses it a little bit into turn 3, holds them both up. Matt Bear continues to hold Garmin off, at least for the moment. Harley Barletta in 3rd, starting to lose ground. Gerald Poole getting way loose off turn 4 that time. And here comes Vernon Spring. I said it during practice, and I told Garmin during his pre-race interview, Vernon Spring is sandbagging it out here. I think this guy is way better at this dirt stuff than he is letting on. Garmin just ran the fastest lap. What's funny about this, Matt Bear just ran the fastest lap of the night, beating Jeremy Root's fastest time a few laps ago. And then Garmin just blew that out of the water by over 1/10 of a second. Now Garmin takes the lead easily, but Matt Bear is not done yet. Look how close they get. coming out of turn 2. Harley Barletta back in 3rd. Gerald Thanos Pool in 4th. Vernon Spring in 5th, but here comes Jeremy Root down to the bottom. Oh, Gerald Poole loses it coming off turn 4. Vernon Spring and Jeremy Root both managed to slip by. DJ Kenner making his way up now. He is in 7th. Mark Dantuma back to in 8th after restarting in 10th. Jared Heasley in 9th, and Parker has drifted back into 10th. Garmin, as he comes around to lap Nicole, has a 2 3/4 second lead already over Matt Bear. Jeffrey Parker appears to have gone to pit road. I think this might be a fuel stop. No, it looks like Parker might have had an incident. Let's take a look. Down into the turn, he sends it in through the slick, and same thing we saw out of Matt Bear during the heat. Just loses it, ends up almost on pit road. Garmin continuing to extend his lead. It is now over 3 1/4 seconds and growing. Matt Bear in 2nd is about to have Harley Barletta on his back bumper. And here comes Jeremy Root, who is now up to 4th. Jeremy Root is definitely on the move tonight. Does he have enough time, and can he make up the gap, though, to David Garmin? Jeremy Root now up to 3rd, currently 4 1/2 seconds behind David Garmin. As he battles past Matt Bear here and takes 2nd place. No, Matt's going to hold on the high side. How long can he do it? Not very long. He gets loose off of turn 2, and Jeremy Root goes to 2nd. Still 4.6 seconds behind our leader, David Garmin. Oh, Nicole Creasel goes around right in front of the leader. Caution. Looked like Nicole just got a little too deep into the slick and turns it around. Caution at the halfway point. And Topher Baltimore in the chat. I'm wondering why Topher is not actually up here in the booth with me for a few minutes. No, Topher, Kevin had internet issues and Bill wrecked out earlier. Bill was extremely strong. I hated to see him out. He was actually the guy to beat in heat number 1. And we're about to have that question answered. Obviously, Jeremy Root has caught up due to the caution to David Garmin. Now we're going to find out which one of these two is faster. They have been back and forth all night long, and Garmin's going to come to pit road. Looks like he is going to make his fuel stop here. Just past halfway, giving Jeremy Root the lead for the first time tonight. Matt Bear is on pit road. Vernon Spring, Matt Bear and Vernon Spring are on pit road. Jeffrey Parker might be done for the night. He is still on pit road. Yep, good point. Good point, Jason. Caution is what Nicole said. Nicole actually picking up some spots here. Despite that spin, she is up to 10th. And don't forget, immediately after this race, we will have the Fast and Fun ARCA series coming to you from Talladega. And you can watch the man on the front row in the 81 car as he continues to work toward a ARCA series championship. Harley Barletta currently third in points in that series. And Topher Baltimore has joined us in the booth as they go green.
Hey, Doug, how's it going?
Hey, buddy. So this has been an ongoing battle between Jeremy Root, who's in the lead, and Garmin, who is still on pit road.
It's fun watching these guys go back to front all the time. It's good stuff.
I am wondering why Garmin is still on pit road. That is a bit of a curious situation as they get 3 wide on the backstretch.
It's almost like you're on the track with them there, Doug.
I know. It gets a bit exciting. It looks like Matt Bear is trying to fight back, but with Garmin on pit road, Jeremy Root might run away with this thing.
He might, although Matt's been really strong. Bear's been really strong. If he can get back up there, I think he's got something for him.
He might very well have, and as this track slicks off, from what I've heard, it really benefits the asphalt guys, and we've seen Matt Bear be really strong here, as Harley Barletta, who won heat number 1, is really starting to struggle as the track slicks off.
So many things to say, I just don't know where to start.
I've been there. Jared Heasley is now up to 4th. Jared was caught in one of the earlier incidents, got his car repaired, and has continued marching his way forward. And Mark Dantuma's still up there in 5th. I don't think he's been outside the top 5 except to go to pit road tonight. And I had to say something because he loses it completely coming off turn 2. Hits the outside wall.
He's just fixing some steering issues.
Yeah, handling and toe in. Yeah, that.
Arrow. He hit a little bit of arrow push. He's fixing the arrow push. On dirt, I know.
Jason Rome just said Garmin is on pit road because he lost his GPS. The jokes, they just write themselves.
They do. Is Dave is still on Garmin is still on pit road. I wonder what happened.
I'm very curious. He was leading it halfway and then suddenly comes to pit road and is sitting it out. So Jeremy Root is walking away and Mark Dantuma has crashed. Let's take a look at the replay here. See what happened. Mark was extremely fast on. Oh, he drifted up, gets into Vernon, bounces down into Harley Barletta. Everybody keeps going the right way. No caution yet.
Harley appears to have left his nose on the track somewhere.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot him not having that nose, but regardless, he is running basically a modified now.
Just needs a wing.
He does. Hey Topher, can you hop down and ask Garmy what's up?
So I was going to be a pit reporter for you. However, Garmy appears to have left the stadium.
Oh my goodness, I'm not sure what happened there, but Garmy is apparently completely out. So it looks like
he's still active for the car. He's just maybe he had a potty break.
You know how Garmy is. So 65 laps into this, Jeremy Root, DJ Kenner is now 2.6 seconds behind Jeremy Root as Root continues to just power away laps. Matt Bear in 3rd, 6.2 seconds behind the leader. Jared Heasley in 4th is 4 seconds behind Matt Bear, and he was gaining on him until just a moment ago. He's lost a little bit of time this lap. Vernon Spring, who I have said all night was sandbagging in practice, is in 5th and running Jared Heasley down right now. And the modified of Harley Barletta up to 6th, Gerald Poole 7th, Mark Dantuma is 8th, and look at this, Nicole Kriesel continues to march forward. She's now up to 9th. Jeremy Root about to lap Mark Dantuma. So now he is coming around. He has picked up a lot of speed and is just starting to put guys a lap down. Now the question becomes, if this thing stays green, Mark Dantuma's driving a modified as well. He has no front clip after that incident earlier.
Appears to be lots of got your nose playing.
That might be the best comment of the night, and Jason Rome's had some good ones. Thanos a little loose off of turn 4 as the leader comes by. Now only 6 cars on the lead lap. And DJ is actually losing a little bit of time to the leader. He is now 4.5 seconds back. Harley Barletta thought he went to pit road. He is starting to really struggle here after being so fast. It looks like he was really good on a fresh track, but as it slicks off, the handling is really going away. Jeremy Root has just less than 30 laps to go here to take the win and continuing to pull away from the rest of the field. Now he has lapped only 5 cars left on the lead lap. 5th place, Vernon Spring, not that far ahead either. About a straightaway ahead. Let's hop in the car with the leader as Nicole Kriesel, he jumps to the high side, clears Nicole, drops back down to the bottom through the turn, and hands constantly working as he comes out of turn 2, and he is closing in on Vernon Spring in 2nd. Or, I'm sorry, in 5th. That track really, really starting to show how slicked off it is getting out there. Caution! Nicole Kriesel has crashed. Coming off of turn number 4, she is trying to stay out of the way. Harley just clips the back quarter panel and sends her up into the wall. Mark Dantuma had crashed just a few moments ago. That was the incident. Okay, that was the earlier incident. Nicole Kriesel has come to pit road for repairs. Expect to see a lot of drivers come in, top off on fuel, and quite a few drivers come in for repairs. Kevin Reed just dropped in the comments to say, if he can get in and get a few laps, he could possibly beat Bill Percy, and he is not wrong. Bill completed 19 laps, so if he were to get in right now, Kevin could theoretically beat Bill.
You know, I thought Kevin was a nice guy. I don't know why he would want to kick Bill like that. It seems like that's not a very sweet thing to do.
It really isn't. So Jeremy Root has dominated, but he'll now have DJ right on the back bumper for the restart. Matt Bear will be back up with him in 3rd. Jared Heasley in 4th. The battle could tighten up. I don't know if any of these guys have anything for Jeremy, but we could see quite a battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Vernon Spring still lurking back in 5th. I wouldn't count him out of this one yet either. So who is your prediction, Topher? Who do you think is going to pull this one off?
I'm going to go with Kevin Reed.
Wow. That is a bold statement.
You know what? I've made more wild accusations. I'm sorry, predictions. I guess it's not an accusation.
Well, there you have it, Kevin. Get in there, get racing. According to Topher, you could win as they come around. Everybody stacks back up for the restart. Down the back straightaway, DJ Kenner will have the restart on the high side. We've seen guys restarting on the high side have a distinct advantage, but this is the first restart we have seen with the track this slicked off. It's been 30 or 40 laps since the last caution. Jeremy Root on the bottom, DJ on the top, Matt Bear right behind him with Jared Heasley. Green flag back in the air. They're going to have 22 to go. Matt Bear already shooting past DJ. He is looking for the lead from Root. Up to the high side. Jeremy Root, though, just gets a massive run off of turn 2. Back through the corner, and Matt Bear trying. You can see how hard he is pushing that car. Almost loses the back end, setting into 1. He has got some momentum, slides up the track, and loses a bunch of it. DJ Kenner just sitting back here watching. Vernon Spring now up into 4th place. Jared Heasley back to 5th. Gerald Poole in 6th. Mark Dantuma is in 7th, but a lap down.
Not to take away from this exciting race up front, but my pick has entered the field.
And Kevin Reed is out on track trying to get 20 laps completed. If he can finish every lap from here on out, he will actually beat both Bill Percy. No, he'll just get past Bill Percy.
I think we should nickname Kevin the Destroyer. I think Kevin sets his mind to it. I think he can wipe out the whole field. He still can win this thing.
That is a very distinct possibility. And Kevin, if you're still listening, do what you got to do, buddy. Jeremy Root out front. Matt Bear is holding on to 2nd, but you can see how hard Matt is pushing that car. He is just, every time he comes out of the corner, he is really fighting the car. He's into the wall down the front straightaway, just trying to get everything he can out of it, but it looks like DJ might actually be closing the gap here. And Vernon Spring is just under 2 seconds behind this battle as well. Easily back in 5th, starting to pull away from Gerald Poole just a little bit. Mark Dantuma in 7th, Harley Barletta in 8th, Nicole Creasel in 9th. We'll have to, at a later date, find out what happened to Garmy here. This is an odd situation. Not like Garmin to give up on a road race, or a dirt race.
Yeah, he gives up on road races all the time. Kidding, of course I'm kidding. Garmin is like a consummate professional.
Jeremy Root has already opened up a 3.7 second lead over Matt Bear. DJ Kennard now looking to the low side for 2nd place. Couldn't quite get there yet. Now dropping back down to the bottom, seeing if he can find some momentum there. If Matt Bear keeps running into the wall down the straightaways, he's going to hand that 2nd place spot to DJ in a moment. DJ getting a little loose and losing a little bit of ground there. 13 laps to go. He's going to have to make some sort of a move here. And Vernon Spring is actually starting to lose ground to these two again. Oh, Matt Bear gets into the wall, into the turn. DJ closes back up. And Mark Dantuma is in 7th place currently, but running with some of these faster guys right now, staying right in DJ's tire tracks. I think if he had not lost the lap earlier in the race, he might be up there in contention for a podium finish. Jeremy Root gets 10 laps to go at the line and has a almost 7-second lead over Matt Bear. DJ Kenner still working the bottom through the turns, trying to gain any advantage he can here. Matt Bear has another bobble. Not bubble, bobble.
Those wobbles, but they don't fall down.
That's true. And Matt Bear now actually has a nickname, Bubble Boy. Oh, Matt Bear really losing it into that turn, and DJ has the run on the bottom. Oh, they touch on the front straightaway. DJ almost goes to the inside wall. He manages to save it. Matt Bear was really pushing that car, just lost it and drifted down into DJ. DJ's going to have to fight his way back now. Vernon Spring not close enough to take advantage of it right now, but Jared Heasley is starting to close in on Vernon just a little bit. That gap now down to 0.8 of a second. Jeremy Root's going to come around this time and get 5 to go. Out of turn number 4, Jeremy Root gets 5 to go as he comes by Kevin Reed, who has now completed 14 laps. Will he have enough time left to complete the requisite laps to beat Bill Percy? It's amazing that we have 2 distinctly different races going on right now. Matt Baer, currently in second, has actually pulled away. DJ is falling back. He's fallen to 4th. Vernon Spring up to 3rd. Jared Heasley up to 4th as he comes by DJ. I think that impact might have messed something up on the handling of DJ's car. Oh, Jared Heasley loses it off turn 4. Manages to hold it down. DJ comes back by for 4th. And then Jared fights back on the inside. Vernon loses it off of turn 2. They're going to come out of turn 4 almost 3 wide there. A really close call. It looked like they were coming off turn 4 3 wide. Everybody managing to hold on to it, though. Vernon Spring now up into 3rd. But he is 5 seconds behind Matt Baer and much, much further behind Jeremy Root. As Jeremy Root stuck in lap traffic, he comes by Gerald Thanos Poole and gets the white flag as he comes by Harley Barletta. 1 more lap for Jeremy Root. He has an 11-second lead over Matt Baer and another 5 seconds over Vernon Spring. Vernon's going to have a fight all the way to the finish line, but he pulls in the 3rd place finish. DJ comes home 4th, Jared Heasley 5th, Gerald Poole in 6th, Mark Dantuma in 7th, Harley Barletta is 8th, Nicole Kriesel is 9th, and Kevin Reed pulls it off. He comes home 12th, putting Bill Percy in 13th. All right, let's see if we can talk to a few drivers here. And here, let's start with the funniest one.
I'm already here.
The other one. Hey, Kevin, this is Doug and Topher in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Hey, you come in late, obvious internet issues, but you did manage to beat Bill Percy.
I did. Yes, I did. Look at that. No, not according to mine. Oh, well, I tried.
According to my official scoring, you had 19.35 laps to his 19.07. So you come in 12th, he comes in 13th.
Wonderful. I would have rather done the 100 laps in my heat, but oh well.
Well, congratulations, you at least accomplished that goal.
Thank you. And I did. I don't even know if I have any incidents.
I have no idea.
0x. Wow,
Nice.
0x at Bristol Dirt.
That's quite the achievement there, Kevin.
That
Very well
is
done.
quite the achievement.
Unbelievable.
All right,
Good night.
congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, let's see if we can get a hold of our 3rd place finisher. Hey, Vern, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, Doug, I got you.
Hey, I called it before the race.
Well, you can't show everything in practice.
Man, that was, I think I'm right in saying that other than Jeremy, you were probably the most consistent driver in the track, most consistent lap times, and pretty much kept that, except for one incident early on, you really kept that car out of trouble all night.
Yeah, it was all about finding where the grip was and just hanging with that. Yeah, coming out of 4, sometimes it got too much grip and would just whip you around, so.
Well, every time it did, man, it looked like you just perfectly saved it, and it actually ended up giving you a bit of momentum. So it definitely paid off. Congratulations, man.
All right, thanks, Doug. Yeah, I was surprised when I looked down and Jim told me it was P3. I went, what?
Well, congratulations, man. That was one heck of a run tonight.
All right, thanks again, Doug.
All right, let's see if we can get a hold of second place, Matt Bear. Hey, Matt, this is Doug. You got me?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Hey, man, what a second place finish. You really fought hard all night and a few close calls. A lot of hitting into the wall, trying to save that car, but you could tell you were pushing it all night.
Yeah, man, had fun. Drove it really hard. Didn't have anything for Jeremy, unfortunately. He was way, way, way too fast. The only chance I had was restart and get a quick caution. Maybe I'd hold him off, but there wasn't no chance because on that final restart we had, I held with him there for a couple laps. I was like, maybe, but then he just kept sticking to the bottom, and I just couldn't get the car to stay down there on corner mid exit, and he just held it down there and gained half a second every lap down there, and he definitely deserved it.
Well, Matt, regardless, congratulations. That was one heck of a run. You definitely put on one of the best shows of the night, the way you were slinging that car around.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, let's see if we can talk to our winner. Hey, Jeremy, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Hey, congratulations, first off, a very dominant end of the race.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It looked like you and Garmin would be pretty even. Still not sure what happened with him, but man, once you got out there and took the lead, nobody could touch you. Matt even said he tried to hang with you, but once you got the momentum up, he just couldn't do anything with you. You were half a second a lap faster.
Yeah, I'm not really good on tacky tracks with big cars. Once they get slickens off a little bit, I find my momentum because I'm able to control the throttle a little bit more. It's not all about wide open. It's more about throttle control. And once I find that the track starts to slicking off the way I like it, I pretty much check out from there on out.
Well, it definitely worked tonight, man. Congratulations. That was one heck of a run and a great win.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for broadcasting.
My pleasure, buddy. Have a great one.
You too.
Whoops. All right, Jeremy Root wins the All-Star race from Dirt Bristol. Now, don't go anywhere. We're going to be back in just a moment with the Fast and Fun ARCA Series from Talladega. Going from a short track on dirt to the biggest asphalt oval there is. This is going to be an epic, epic race. Last time they raced at Daytona, it was an awesome, awesome battle the entire time. And these cars, this track is just an amazing combination. Put on a great race. Stick around. Don't go anywhere.